What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another Dragonflight video. Hope you're all doing very well. I just wanted to do a quick video on a very important ability this week that I found for Monk. You can play this with any Monk, Brewmaster, Mistweaver, or Windwalker. And I think it's incredibly powerful for dealing with the Incorporeal Affix this week. It basically makes Incorporeal a non-affix for this week if you're playing Monk and if you run this ability. It's just really, really cool. Remember, Incorporeals, they will spawn in combat and they will periodically attempt to weaken players. They start channeling a cast, right? If that cast goes off, you deal 50% less damage and healing. So if two casts go off, then you're literally doing nothing and you'll die. Your whole team will die. And we've all probably experienced this in Mythic Plus. So how do we deal with Incorporeal? Well, as monks, you can actually take an ability called Song of Chi-Ji, and it's something that we don't really take that often because it shares a node with Ring of Peace, but the reality is you don't need Ring of Peace all the time. Ring of Peace is cool as sort of an extra interrupt, as a way of stopping certain enemies who are channeling abilities. Like, it's not bad at all. Ring of Peace is very, very good, but I've run every dungeon this week with Song of Chi-Ji. Let's see what it does. Conjures a cloud of hypnotic mist that slowly travels forward. Enemies touched by the mist fall asleep, disoriented for 20 seconds. Let me run into a wall really quickly. So here's what it does. You can actually start from way back here, and you start channeling it. It does have a cast time, and then it slowly travels forward. And then once it hits the enemies, it puts them all asleep. Okay? Now they're all taking damage. As soon as they take damage again, they will stop. But it essentially acts as two things. It is an AoE interrupt on a 20-second cooldown. 30-second cooldown, sorry. It's literally a full AoE interrupt. You can stop enemies from casting abilities. And lots of enemies in Mythic Plus right now, they'll have an ability that they'll cast, like Vicious Claw Mangle from Brackenhide Hallow. Right? You go to Brackenhide, and you have those mobs that will charge at enemies. They'll fixate on characters. You can press Song of Chi-Ji. It'll go through them, and they will stop their fixate and their claw mangle, and they will literally just go back to auto attacking. So it is a way to stop enemies from doing some of their most powerful abilities. But the big thing that it really is good for is dealing with Incorporeal. Remember, when you crowd control an Incorporeal enemy, they will just stop. It'll stop doing its thing, and you can't damage an Incorporeal enemy. So it won't break the Song of Chi-Ji, you know, as it puts them to sleep. It won't stop that from happening. So let's look at some footage here. Let me just show you how good this is in action.
I feel like a stereo's gonna.
We're doing a freehold here.
Oh,
Let me just drop this. So you can see these two are spawning right here, and I just line it up. And this is what you can do. You can actually just line it up. This will go right through both of them. It stops the destabilize from happening. Yes, it's a very slow cloud, but you can pre-plan with Incorporeals because you know where they're going to spawn. Like, once they start spawning, you can get in position and do it right away. I could have got here much quicker, but I'm channeling before they even come up. I'm starting my channel. It goes through both of them, and they're both put asleep for 20 seconds. That is more than enough time to completely deal with the mechanic. It's done. It's not even a problem anymore. Let me go a little bit further ahead here and show you a couple more examples. It's very, very strong, and I'm excited that it actually worked out as well as it did. I didn't think it was going to work this well, but here you can see the range of it. So again, the guy's casting Destabilize, but I pre-cast Song of Chi-Ji. It's going to go, and then it gets to him there and stops him from casting. Now he's permanently CC'd. It does kind of pick up speed as it goes along, but it does take a little bit of time to get it going. Let me go to 119. There we go. Here's another one that's spawning. Obviously, there's not another two of them that are spawning. There's lots of other people in your party that can help CC these things. Like, you can see the freezing trap right over here on one of them. There's a freezing trap there. But the reality is that if you're the healer in your group and you want to let your party just deal damage and not have to worry about Incorps at all, you can just take this talent, and it really does help deal with them. You also, of course, have Paralyze, which will help you deal with them as well. But this is a really great tool to help you deal with this mechanic this week in Mythic Plus. It can be a really devastating mechanic if you let it get off. if you actually let these things go off, they'll just stop your entire party from doing any damage or any healing. So I would encourage you guys to look at this talent. Take a look at Song of Chi-Ji, especially if you're healing on Mistweaver. It is a massive, massive tool that you can give to your team to help them be successful in Mythic Plus this week. So let me know what you guys think in those comments down below. As always, thank you so much again for watching. Take care. I love you all. I will see you in the next one.